So on the time this video is uploaded, it is my 17th birthday, which is why I saved this for this day specifically. Variant Lucifer Morbius 2D. The Beyblade owned by currently what it seems the main antagonist of Super King, which is Lane Valhalla or Lean Valhalla, which also comes with a sparking launcher, a right rotating sparking launcher. And yeah, it's really freaking awesome. B169. So here's the size, a right rotating defense type burst system. And here's the back. So we got the Lucifer chip, the Variant ring, the 2 defense chassis, and the Morbius performance tip or driver. And the gimmick is that it has 6 blades on the chassis that stick out and act as a barrier, blocking heavy attacks. The chip also has a little bit of metal, so it's a little bit heavier. So the chip is a little heavier than most other sparking chips. So this is a very good unboxing as it comes with an awesome Beyblade and an awesome launcher. So definitely, if you want something from Super King, go for this. So here we have the sparking launcher, black in color. It is right rotation with a little bit of purple. Can't wait to see if they actually make a dual rotating sparking launcher. But yeah, the sparking launchers are the most powerful launchers as they have 11 rotations compared to the long LR launcher, which only has 9.5 rotations. And of course, they spark. And dang, hit my camera. But yeah, definitely one of the best launchers to use in the game because of how powerful it is. So you get really exciting battles. So here is the lair, Variant Lucifer. So here is the lair, Variant Lucifer, the demon. So here is the lair, Variant Lucifer, the fallen angel demon that represents the black sun. As you see, the variant ring does, well, look like a sun. Has all these little blades that stick out, and in theory it's supposed to be good at parrying attacks because of this. I highly doubt it though, because I feel like this would just cause too much recoil, which would lower its stamina, but not cause enough recoil to even be good for attacks. So I don't think this is even going to be a good ring. But that's just my opinion. It does look cool though. I definitely like the design. Got the sparking chip. So this purple part right here is metal. So it has a little bit more weight than most other sparking chips. Even more weight than a regular sparking chip with a metal sparking chip core, surprisingly. So it's very useful. I see the metal right there. And the sparking chip core for this is irremovable because, well, there is metal. But yeah, this makes Lucifer, the chip, very useful for any combination, well, for right spinning combinations, as it's a right spinning chip because of that extra weight. Anyways, here's the avatar in the anime. It looks kind of similar to Helios and Hyperion because it looks like a sun. But all 3 of these avatars represent the sun. Even has the chip has like those flame-like designs that you see on the chip for Helios and Hyperion. Now we got the 2D chassis. This is a thick boy. The thickest chassis in the game. Kind of reminds me of the Walthren because of how thick it is. It has these huge black like blocks for parrying attacks. But of course, in between these blocks are the 6 rubber blades that stick out, which acts as a barrier between Lucifer and the opposing Beyblade. So these rubber blades were supposed to absorb the impact from any attack that Lucifer takes from its opponent, like say Curse Satan, for example. Now, when it comes to sim spin matches, this gimmick does not seem very useful, as because there's 6 individual blades made of rubber, which has more friction than say regular plastic, it suffers a lot of recoil, so it doesn't defend attacks well. It just gets sent flying, loses endurance, and dies. Can't even dish out heavy attacks either, because it just loses stamina too quickly, unfortunately. But against opposite spin matches, like against Rage Longinus, it is very useful. The barrier weakens as it loses spin, since it requires high spin velocity for the gimmick to even work. Again, this makes it suck against right spinning bays, because it loses stamina really quickly, so the barrier doesn't do anything. But when it gets less spinning bays, because whenever 2 bays of opposite spin directions clash, they rotate like gears. As a result, Lucifer will not lose nearly as much endurance because it suffers from less recoil, and the barrier gimmick actually is somewhat effective. So, and plus this makes it good for spin stealing combinations because of those large rubber blades. I imagine this would be really good for like on the Mirage ring. I think they should try a combo with like Mirage Fafnir, Morbius, and 2D. That would definitely be a good combo. Thankfully, this chassis is LR, so just always use this in op spin matches. If you use this the same spin matches, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna win. It's only good for opposite spin matches, unfortunately. But it does have a very, very unique gimmick. So this is the Mobius performance tip. So this is basically a defensive version of bearing. The plastic is made of some palm material, which has lower friction to the stadium floor than regular plastic. In addition to that, it has a bearing inside, which does make it move around quite a bit. Combine the bearing with its wide surface area. Excellent, and I mean excellent stability. Look at this. Instead of like tipping over like that, it can stand up. Kind of like the Rise performance tip. So the life after death for this thing is insane. Although I'm not really sure if I like the design of it. Unlike bearing where it was just a smooth cone, this is pretty much flat with a very small spike in the center, which will wear down after time actually. So it will actually get more aggressive over time. But as a result, when you launch this really hard and not directly into the center, even if you do directly launch it in the center, it will speed up sometimes, which I think hurts it more than anything else. Because again, that worsens its stamina more and makes it in really not very good like parts to use against in-spin combinations because of that. So again, like the chassis and the driver are definitely better for opposite spin matches thanks to the high spin equalization and LAD they have. Against in-spin matches, not really. Also, the rubber on this barrier is supposed to break off. Apparently, that's in the instruction booklet, which actually I have the thing right here. Tempest Dragon, definitely gonna get that. Looks awesome. See, that gives us the warning about the Mobius driver. So if this cone's tip isn't not visible, you can't use this in tournaments. And this right here explains how the gimmick for the chassis is that it is supposed to break off, apparently, which I think gives a better attack. And on the anime combo for our first Uranus, which was Lane's first bay, the rubber spikes weren't even there. So I might get another variant Lucifer if I get the first Uranus layer, just so I can cut off the spikes, you know, use it like that. But that's the completed bay, variant Lucifer. And for test battles, we're gonna have it face against King Helios, then Super Hyperion, and then King Helios and Hyperion together.